So my hair is the healthiest and longest it's ever been, and these are some of the things I did and continue to do to get healthy long hair. Number one is no heat. I'd say this is the number one cause of breakage in natural hair. If you want to, then don't do it frequently and use a heat protectant oil and do a protein mask to strengthen your hair before you go in with the heat styling. And this is a really important tip. Please do not apply regular oil like coconut oil or any other hair oil before you go in with your heat styling, because the oil will raise the temperature your hair will be under, which will damage it. And if you're getting your hair straightened at the salon and your stylist starts to do this, please run. Like, get up and run. Next is scalp massages. This is a really great way to stimulate hair growth. So I'd advise you do it once a week. Once a week is fine, but if you want to do it like 2 or 3 times a week, that is also fine. There's no harm in doing it multiple times. So I like to go in with my hands, but you can also use a scalp massager. Next is gentle fabrics. You want to use silk or satin to cover your hair when you're going to sleep, using a bonnet or a scarf, or you can use a silk or satin pillowcase. This is important because it's really gentle on your hair, so it keeps your hair from tangling or breaking off while you're sleeping. Also use a silk scrunchie or hair tie to tie up your hair, because those other hair ties tend to cause a lot more hair breakage. Now after you wash your hair, I advise you to use either a cotton shirt or any cotton fabric or a microfiber towel to dry up your hair, because your regular towel is too rough for your hair to cause a lot of breakage. Now this is one that is not a part of my routine. I don't do it frequently enough for it to be a routine. I just do this whenever I feel like I want like 2 more inches of hair, and that is rice water treatment. Rice water mask. You know what I mean, the rice water. With this, you also don't want to do it too frequently because it can cause a protein overload which will damage your hair. Personally, I do this, I've only ever done this like once a month, and then I'll skip 2 months and do it again, and then skip 6 months and remember and do it again. It's really not that important for it to be a part of your routine, but it's a really great booster, like just to supplement everything else you're already doing. But there are people who do this every month and they swear by it, so I guess everyone's hair is different. You can research and see if that's something that will work for you. Now, your hair is always growing. The only thing that keeps it from getting longer is that it keeps breaking off. So for you to get longer hair, you need to retain the hair that's growing. And you do this by reducing breakage. And you do this by being gentle. So you want to use a wide tooth comb to detangle your hair, or a hairbrush. Do not brush your hair when it's dry. This will just cause so much breakage. When washing your hair, don't scrunch up your hair and then just be rough with it, because that will cause so much tangling and then result in a lot of breakage. You're detangling it, you want to start from the ends and gently, slowly work your way up to the top. Do not start at the roots. That will just lead to a lot of tears. And this is a new one that I started doing recently that I really love. When your hair is really tangled, you want to start with conditioner and then detangle, rinse that off, then go into your regular hair wash routine. And really important, have to be patient, especially when it's really tangled. There are times I have been in that bathroom just contemplating going bald, because I'm done and I'm tired and my arms hurt, and I'm just not seeing how I'm getting through this. And you know what, I remember I have a small head, so I can't really shave, you know. And I know I'd regret that, like I'd miss my hair, so I have to get back into it. If you don't want to go through this, you have to be consistent. If you're consistent with your hair routine, you're washing your hair every week, you're sleeping with your silk bonnet or scarf or pillowcase, you will get to that point. The longer you neglect your hair, the more existential crises you will have. Next, I really recommend this one. It's really good for healthy, soft, strong hair, and that is weekly deep conditioning. Really important for moisturizing your hair and you have soft, healthy hair if you're consistent. You will notice it even after the first time you do a deep condition. And Another really important one is use products that are good for your hair. You want to avoid any products that have alcohol, sulfates, silicones, mineral oils. You can research online which ingredients are bad for curly hair and just avoid that. And lots of hair brands usually include that on the packaging or the front of the container, so you can check for that. But if it's not indicated, just check the ingredients. Now this one had to be a separate mention because this one saved my hairline. This one saved my edges. I had a really bad bald spot from really bad salon experience. Yeah, and I would use Jamaican black castor oil about 2 to 3 times a week consistently until I saw that my hair grew back. I wouldn't recommend this for your whole head because it is quite thick, so I imagine it would be a nightmare to detangle and wash out. So for your edges and for your hairline, this is perfect, and you want to get it on your scalp, not on the hair. The more you leave your hair alone, the more she thrives. If you could just leave your hair open down, just don't do anything to it as often as you can, that'll be really good for your hair. And tight hairstyles, please avoid tight hairstyles. Once in a while is fine, but a slick back every other day.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I don't know how much Jamaican black castor oil you will be using after that, but please don't do this. This is really going to break off so much of your hair, especially on the front of your head. So your edges, your hairline.
Ms. Reese, I gotta feel you were somewhat worried, weren't you?
Don't do it. This is a bit controversial, but braids, specifically braids with Kanekalon hair, I know they're meant to be a protective hairstyle, but they can also lead to really bad hair loss and breakage. I'm sure there's a lot of people who do this and they have healthy, beautiful hair, so there's probably a right way for you to do this. So I'd suggest research on how to keep your hair healthy under the braids, and don't get them done too tight. If your head hurts and you can't even lie down to sleep at night, that is way too tight. Please speak up for yourself if you're getting your hair done, and if you're doing it yourself, do not make it too tight. I would advise to not do it too often, but most importantly, just research how to do it right so that your hair is actually longer and healthier and stronger after you're done, or at least it stays the same. This one is a bonus tip, but I feel it's just as important as the rest of the tips, and that is your lifestyle. This includes your diet and how much water you drink. Your hair gets most of its nutrients from within, so it doesn't matter how many products you put on top. If you're not nourishing it from within, it's just not going to work. Just drink enough water and eat healthy. And plus, you should want to take care of yourself, not just for your hair. Now, lastly, under lifestyle is stress. Stress is a huge cause of hair loss. And I know no one chooses to get stressed. And you can't choose everything that happens in your life, but you can choose how you respond to it. If you develop a mindset where you're like, okay, I can do something about this, I will do it. And if you're doing something about it, don't overthink it or worry. You're already doing it. You're doing it. So just focus on one step at a time. Everything will be fine. You've got this. Just keep reminding yourself this and choose to believe it, and everything will be fine. And if you can't do anything about it, then just make peace with that. Just let it go. It is what it is. You can't do anything, right? And this is definitely easier said than done. But if you keep reminding yourself this and you keep practicing this, it gets easier to develop that mindset, and you will live a happier, healthier, more peaceful life with gorgeous hair. Anyway, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help. If you try any of them, let me know how that goes. And if you have any tips of your own, please share them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.